Word for item or concept which has permanence. I'm interested in a word, noun, to use to refer to an object or concept which has permanence. For example, substituting hash, I would say, many of the objects we interact with in real life are hash-s. If you leave a hash for a while, it will still exist when you come back. But some things, like an ice cube, a bad smell, a virtual particle in physics, or a local variable in programming, are not hash-s. The antonym, a word for an item which displays impermanence, would be interesting as well. Edit. The motivation is that I want to name an abstraction in my computer program. It is a type of container to put data in. Instances of this container will hold data that has more permanence than a typical data element will. Typically, you name an abstraction after the thing it represents. If you have an abstraction that holds data about one person, you name the abstraction itself person. While trying to name this abstraction, I got curious to know if there was a generic word.
One term which might suit your needs is fixture. 3. A familiar or invariably present element or feature in some particular setting, especially a person long associated with a place or activity. Source Merriam-Webster. Though admittedly, it implies something that has merely been established for a long period of time, and is not necessarily permanent. Such an object, or concept, could be referred to as a static.
I suppose this would depend on the context of the permanence/impermanence. A solid and dependable person could be a rock, whereas a fly-by-night is an unscrupulous or undependable person, literally one who disappears overnight. An ephemeral is a short-lived creature like a mayfly. It would be hard to find an antonym for this, given that all things die eventually, unless you go for mortals/immortals. With food you could refer to staples, durables or imperishables as opposed to perishables. I like corporeal for this concept of something tangible, another good word, particularly since the antonym describes the fleetingness of ice cubes, etc. From the freedictionary.com, possessing a physical nature, having an objective, tangible existence, being capable of perception by touch and sight. From Google Dictionary, core middle.po middle.re middle.al/corporeal/adjective or relating to a person's body, especially as opposed to their spirit. Having a body. Synonyms: physical, material, bodily, corporal, fleshly. Antonyms from thesaurus.com: cerebral, immaterial, intangible, mental, spiritual.